You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 263 of the what is this mess? 264 of the Battered Herons podcast, because our record is better than that. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Doing a lot better than that record you have posted there. 21.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 22, 8-4.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was and it was a very entertaining game to go to. For those of you who went to the game, I'm pretty sure you got your money's worth. It was absolutely an incredible experience. I mean, listen, I'm just happy all the goals happened on our side. I think.
Yeah, and I want to take a quick second to apologize, because I know there were some people on here earlier waiting for us. And I mean, the game ended 3 hours ago, but unfortunately, we go to the games. We are season ticket holders. We've been season ticket holders for a few. Well, I mean, me from the start, and Chris for a few years now. So It takes us a while to get home, and then we stay back and we celebrated the whole celebration and just hung out. Chris tried to see Robert Taylor, and we'll get into that also. So unfortunately, we can't get on here as soon as we would like, but we're here now. So again, thank you for joining us now and waiting. We appreciate that.
Yeah, well, Tank is asking, was I bumped, and shout out to Tank, I bumped into him, a couple other people too. Was I stuck in traffic? No, I was not stuck in traffic. I was stuck in trying to see Robert Taylor. And fuck Florida Blue Cross and Blue Shield as a healthcare insurance provider in total. And why are we doing that? Because I couldn't see Robert Taylor.
That's your fault. You didn't sign up for it.
I mean, whatever. That's not my problem.
All right. Okay. So
maybe it is. So let's go.
Yeah. All right. So it was a great game. You know what? I had a feeling that this would have some type of dramatics, just because it's decision day and everybody felt so overconfident about the fact that we were going to win and we were going to win easy. I was like, this might be a little more dramatic than what everybody's expecting and wanting. And it kind of played out that way. And we can get into it, unless you want to get into anything else beforehand. Well, let me get into a couple things, because some people watch, a lot of people watching don't go to the stadiums. They were giving out, well, they weren't giving these out. You could buy it, right? And then you could refill your soda. 2024 playoff cups. So cool. If you didn't look out for it and you were at the stadium, maybe you could look out for it on Friday when we have the first playoff game. You go ahead, you could refill this up. I don't have to try to put this back into the, put this back into the stadium somehow on Friday, so I can keep refilling it. It was really cool. And they let off confetti at the end of the game, and my daughter picked up a bunch because she wanted to remember the game, and she labeled it. You can't really see with them. So my daughter wanted to keep this, so we put this in the Ziploc when we got home.
I saw a lot of people picking up the confetti. And they're gonna, gonna save it. I think it's a cool memento or memento.
Yeah, man. It was a nice moment today. It was a really cool moment, and I'm really happy that we were there, and I'm happy that I was there with my daughter to share it. And when we talk about the first two goals, I'm not gonna say it's a downfall to go with my daughter, but it was because of my daughter, and we'll talk about that in a second also. But first, shout out, hey Chris, did you ever upload those sounds?
No. It's in the mail with the Diego Gomez letter.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, George, I appreciate you. Chris was supposed to. I left him in charge of putting some sound drops. Yeah, I apologize. All right. Shout out to George. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Aviles had the greatest game in the history of football. No yellow cards.
Yes, absolutely the truth.
That is 100%. True. That's quite the accomplishment. So shout out to George. We appreciate you. And I'm gonna have to go with the cheap. Thank you. Chris is.
Listen,
like 2-3 weeks ago, I told you to do it.
I don't know if you ever heard the phrase "C's get degrees." I show up, baby.
All right, we'll move on. All right, yeah, and yes, I was screaming. My voice might not sound perfect right now. I was screaming, but it was all worth it, man. It was such a great game. And you know what? We usually go in order, but I'm gonna just start with this. I don't give a F. I'm gonna start with this. 5 minutes in. there is no doubt that Lionel Messi is the MVP of the league.
How can you
Like
argue it?
I wanted him to cement it today, right? But to come in and in 35 minutes put up a hat trick and an assist, the first touch you make, it's a hockey assist, of course, but even if you don't count the assist, he created that play with that beautiful touch. Like, people really need to get their head out of their ass, because there was this stupid thing going around Twitter about most game-winning goals. It's got to be like, and Wiseman, I hate you also. Like, it has to be one of the dumbest stats I've ever seen in my life. Most game-winning goal. What does that even mean? Because you scored the goal that put you ahead. That's the game-winning goal. Today, you know who got the game-winning goal today? Kremaki. Would you say?
No, that's right. It was Kremaki. Yes.
Because he's the one that put us up 3-2. So Kremaki technically had the game-winning goal. So the hat trick that Messi had to completely bury the rest of the other team, it doesn't matter.
Void. Nothing.
You know what's the most important goal today? The Kremaki goal. The Luis Suarez goals that tied us up, they don't matter. You know what's the most important stat today? No. Well, we can talk about it. Suarez had a really good game also. The most important stat for today is that Benjamin Kremaki got the game-winning goal. Like, come on, man. Like, it's such a, like, people are just reaching at this point. I got the Wiseman over here saying that he's upset because Inter Miami qualified, and he wants to go on a rant, which tune in on Tuesday for his rant. But are you upset that the best team got invited? Or are you upset because you knew it was going to happen and you were just frustrated that you knew it was going to happen? Because that's what it is.
I mean, the Don himself, Don Cavecito here, sprinkling it in there. Messi and Suarez scored 50% of the team's goals for the regular season. I haven't fact checked it.
Is it?
But it's not coming from me, so I believe it.
Well, they scored 40 on their own. So unless they scored more than 80, then that's true. They get more than 50 because they had 20 and 20. First time, by the way, that two MLS players scored 20 goals in a season. So and Cucho is the best though. Not better than Messi, but
you need to relax before you get us canceled again.
No, man, stop shitting on Cucho.
I'm not shitting on Cucho, but what I'm telling you is you're about to say Cucho is the best.
I know, but look at the font. You know what that means. You know,
yes, I know.
You know what that font means.
I know what it means.
Yeah, you know what that font means. All right, but whatever. Messi is the MVP, and all this other garbage that everybody's throwing around. Just stop it. It's ridiculous. And going ahead and putting in a hat trick in 35 minutes cemented it.
Well, I think his performance just outright should cement it, even if Suarez had a hell of a game this game. But
yeah,
I mean, how can you come onto the field, like the presence, like the first goal is like, I mean, you can't deny the presence here. And Wiseman saying, find out Tuesday, all seriousness, keep rocking. Much love to you.
And I am Jekka is clarifying that it happened all in 11 minutes. Well, I'm including the assist, so it was a little more than 11 minutes. But yeah, the hat trick was within 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's a goal contribution at the end of the day, and that helps out.
4 goal contributions. I haven't had the chance to check the stats, but the stats that I gave before when I was making when I had basically a full episode of proving my points, the stats
was already enormous. It was already enormous considering the amount of time that he's played. Imagine
break it down by minutes. Break it down by minutes, and it's just absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
So, and everybody keeps pointing out that I sound big. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, just today's performance should show not only on the pitch, but off the pitch, the MLS and what it's doing for the MLS, him and his performance. I mean, you can't really deny it, man. Anybody that's going to deny that Messi should be MVP, you guys need to get yourself checked out.
No, they're just doing this just because they're frustrated. They're frustrated that Messi's that he came in and made it look so easy. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, but how can you keep fighting up against a brick wall like that? It's impossible. I mean, it's a losing battle, really.
Yeah.
I mean, even I was not delusional enough in basketball to say that Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest at that time.
I mean, you say it every once in a while.
I mean, I say he's kind of overrated, but anyway, with that, we could leave that for the orange ball.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we can, unless there's anything else, we could start from the beginning.
I just feel bad for Robert Taylor because the moment that they took him off the pitch is when everything just started like just cascading into beautifulness. So, yeah, bring up that starting lineup.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, you were gonna say? Sorry about that.
No, Chris really for those of you that don't know or weren't at the stadium, they had a meet and greet with Robert Taylor. You had to sign up before the game, but Chris thinks that he's a big deal, so he thought he didn't have to.
I don't think I'm a big deal. I just want to go see Robert Taylor.
So he thought he didn't have to go sign up, so he didn't bother, and then he went to try to see him afterwards.
Well, we'll talk about that at the end. But for those of you on audio, we're looking at the starting 11. And those of you here on YouTube and other platforms, starting 11 right here in the middle. You have Calendar in between the sticks. Alba playing left back. Weigand right back. Martinez finally made his return. And Aviles playing alongside of him. Luckily, no yellow card accumulation crap. Busquets and Kremaki and Bright fill out the midfield. And then Taylor left wing, Gressel right wing. And then Suarez up top as the lone striker. It was sort of set like as a 4-3-3, and I was watching the post-game press conference that Tata was having, and he said that go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. And
I was gonna say that eventually it looked like it became 3 in the back. It looked like Busquets moved further back after those first 2 goals. It looked like he stopped playing in the midfield and he dropped back to be that third center back.
The idea was to do like this triangle thing in the beginning where like Busquets sort of connects to Bright and Gressel. And that's how it worked out, I guess, in the beginning. Later on, he ended up trying to transition it to like a 4-4-2. But I didn't think that this lineup was bad at all. I didn't expect that Taylor would be starting. I thought that somebody like Gomez or someone else would be starting. I didn't anticipate Gressel starting because I figured that Messi might have started. But, I mean, a lot of people were already saying that he wasn't going to get the start, but he'd be coming off the bench.
Well, Messi just came off of international duty. So I know some people were wondering, like, why is Suarez starting and not Messi? Well, because Messi just got done playing. He had a hat trick not too long ago for Argentina.
Yeah.
And Suarez wasn't called up to the Uruguayan team, well, for obvious reasons. And besides the fact that he retired, he's poo-pooing all over their coach, but that's a story for another day. And now Campana silencing Danny again.
What a beautiful pass. What a beautiful pass, Danny.
We're going to get into that afterwards. Don't do what? All I've said is that this year he hasn't played well. Am I wrong for saying that?
You're kind of wrong. That was a beautiful pass.
Okay.
It was a beautiful pass.
That erases the whole season. All right, cool.
It was a beautiful pass.
Okay.
Beautiful pass.
Right. Yeah,
he's played like
that has forgiven the rest of the season. No, that's it.
I mean,
let's give him another DP contract. Fuck it, let's go. Make him the third DP again. Let's do it. Obviously, he's worth the third DP. Let's go. All right, so that was the starting 11. Outside of Suarez starting, and I guess because he didn't go on international duty, no really big surprises. I mean,
Redondo didn't start.
Well, supposedly he was sick, and he's been sick for a lot of the year.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah. So I'm sorry, a lot of the week, not the year. So that's why. And
I mean,
and here we go.
This is one thing I want to talk about. Justin said Drake was awful. I don't know if this is the comment you wanted to bring.
No, I want to bring this up. If over the offseason we give Campana a DP contract again, would you be happy? Like, we didn't go out and get anybody else.
No,
we just said, we said, Campana, you know what? Here you go. You've earned a DP contract again.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, especially with how scarce that.
I want to know if people in the chat. Apparently, Tank thinks that would be okay. Let the Messi, Suarez, and Campana. Those are our DPs again. With that would be okay with it. Okay, all right. Well, I'm in the minority then. I don't think he's worth the DP contract. Okay.
Well, Tony Axe is saying no chance Campana is DP quality, and then this is where I'm getting at to 89J Stubbs say DP Ramos.
No, we can't.
That's
give a DP
the thing.
To a defender. No,
I mean, you're not paying for just a schmuck to play defense, Danny. I mean,
Yeah, but
we're
he's
getting a
old.
lot of no's.
He's in great shape, but he's old. This right here, and I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of conversations about Pogba in the coming weeks. I mean, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but Pogba loves Miami. Anyway, all right, I'm sorry, we're getting sidetracked. Let's get back into the game.
Yeah. So that starting 11, did you like it? Were you a
I
fan
thought
of
that it
it?
was fine. I thought it was fine. I had no problems with the starting 11. I thought it was a little surprising that they wouldn't play with three in the back. I thought that's been playing pretty well with Busquets back there. But yeah, I was okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to start off the game, I didn't think that it was going to be so awful. But
Well,
we
I'm
literally,
sorry. Wait, we were there while New England was warming up, and
yeah,
I told Chris, I was like, I don't know who number 41 is, but that kid looks nice.
yeah.
And I told you that. I was like, that kid, I don't know what it is. The way the ball comes off of his foot, that kid looks nice. And number
Well,
41, go ahead.
number 41 is a guy named Luca Langoni,
Mm-hmm.
and he's actually from Argentina.
Yeah, he's
22-year
22
old
years
from
old.
Argentina. Yeah, this kid's going to be a crusher.
And then 2 minutes in, he put one on us.
Yeah, 2 minutes in, had no hesitation. And that one, I really couldn't even find a place to contribute it in terms of like whose
David
fault it
Martinez.
was.
David Martinez didn't read that wrong. Now there was somebody that came across his body and like they touched the ball, but then they just kept going. Like I haven't had a chance to see the
Yes.
replay because Twitter has become like flooded with all 6 Inter Miami goals, and it's like impossible to find the first 2 goals. So I wasn't able to see what the first 2 goals looked like from the TV angle. But I know David Martinez looked like he misread a ball and he wasn't able to intercept it. And then I don't know who ran across him and made contact with the ball but didn't get it.
Well, Yamil is saying he's from Argentina. He's from Argentina. He's really good. And then somebody, Shady B, is saying he swapped jerseys with Messi in the end. How about that?
There you go. He please play for Boca Junior. Well, like I said, I had no idea who he was. I was like 41. What a random ass number. And I remember after watching him for a couple minutes, I was like, I don't know who number 41 is, but this kid looks like he might be good. And then yeah. So that went quick. And I remember Chris was like, wow, this is a disaster. And I told him we're gonna win anyway. We're just reverting back to like vintage Inter Miami, right? This is how we started the season. I don't know if you remember, like we started the season, and I don't know how many games it was that we were giving up goals within the first 5 or 10 minutes, and it was like a crazy amount of games where we just kept giving up the first goal within the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, there was a couple episodes where you brought up like concrete stats of how many times we've taken goals within the first 10 minutes of the game that we end up
crazy.
Yeah, like it was a disaster. Like we'd always concede in the first 5-10 minutes, and then of course we'd always return. Yeah, I mean, I expected that, but then it doesn't feel really good to also see 30 minutes later we end up getting a calendar gets nutmegged, right? I mean,
oh my god, the Galaxy fumbled the first. LAFC ended up in first place.
Oh baby,
I'm sorry, I completely sidetracked. On Battered MLS fans on the podcast, we had a Galaxy guest, and he said that his worst nightmare was going to play against Houston on decision day. And Galaxy fans were really worried about that. If you haven't already, Battered MLS fans, we go on once, maybe twice a week, talk general MLS with other podcasters. And he predicted it. He's like, man, that's the one place I wouldn't want to play is Houston. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I sidetracked that.
No, I mean, I was just going over I think I was just going over the goal. The second goal that we got scored on where Calendar just literally gets nutmegged by a trickle ball, and then Weigant tries to do I don't know what with it, self goals it, and then we're losing 2-0, Danny. At that point, I'm kind of panicking.
At that point, I wasn't panicking yet. No, I wasn't panicking.
You did say Weigant, like what the hell was he doing?
Oh yeah, because it looked like he had a chance to clear it on the line, and then he like kicked it, but then it went backwards and into the net anyway. Again, I haven't been able to watch those replays on like from a different angle. We watched it in person right in front of us, and it looked like it dribbled under Drake's legs, and Weigant had a chance at it, and he just whiffed it. He kicked it, and it went backwards for some reason. That was rough. That was a rough goal to watch, but I still wasn't worried.
All right, so we're down 2-0. And by the way, just so since we talked about this earlier in the game, Sandy G is asking, did Messi break all-time Inter Miami record? 89J Stubbs confirming and Danny confirming that yes, he did break the record.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually interesting because
So
I was hoping that Campana would get a goal. So
how was the chat feeling after the first 2 goals? Chris, I know you were worried for some reason.
yeah, man. I mean,
Mm-mm.
this is the kind of game where it's like you get caught with your pants down. So you're telling me you weren't worried?
No.
I mean, at that point, Messi hasn't gotten on the pitch yet.
No, I thought that you know what it reminded me of, and maybe not. I didn't think it would be to this extent, and it ended up being exactly the same almost. But it reminded me of the Red Bulls game. You remember the Red Bulls game on your birthday?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
Weren't the Red Bulls up 2-0?
Yes, they were up. Yeah,
And then Inter Miami scored 6 unanswered.
yes,
I didn't think that the Inter Miami would go ahead and score 6 unanswered again. But I wasn't worried. No, I was almost excited.
Yeah,
I was excited because I knew in the second half they'd be coming, because Chris, we sit across from the supporters, so they'd be coming our way in the second half.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was excited that Inter Miami was going to have to be really aggressive offensively to come back from 2-0. I was like, oh, we're about to watch some fun stuff on our side of the pitch this second half. So I didn't think we would lose. I was still confident that we would win, and I was kind of excited because I knew we were going to be really aggressive in the second half.
Well, I mean, that was the good thing, right? I mean, and we knew that they were going to park the bus. Like, we knew that once they got the first goal, that's it. It's time to hunker down, walk away with a win, a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win or a tie. Like, at that point, look, their goalie was super excited. That guy's starting to get on levels that I'm not really comfortable with. I don't like that.
How do you know he was excited? He was on the
Oh
other
my God,
side.
he was so happy. He looked so happy. I watched the goalie. Okay.
Well, what would you do if your team scored?
Well, you know what? Don't get excited, buddy. The game's not over. Okay. You're doing nothing.
All right. Bright did play a good game. My soccer daddy Bright played a very good game. A little messy with his crosses though.
Yeah, man. His long passing was really bad today.
That's not
It wasn't that great. It wasn't that. And the worst part is his defending was immaculate in today's game. The steals that he was getting was out of this world. Like the positioning where he had to sort of put his leg out and put himself in uncompromising positions, but he was able to get a ton of steals. He was great.
Man, I don't want to interrupt you, Chris, but are people really asking for Ustari to start in the playoffs over Drake?
That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. I mean, the chat right now is basically saying we need to see Ustari start. I mean, Bigote is leading this march. El Bigote, are you in the front line with your torch stick leading the Ustari movement?
This is ridiculous. How?
Yeah.
You guys are wild. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Mez is saying, hell no, Drake is fine. And Tank is vice president of that movement.
Our next match is Tank's asking when our next match is on Friday, on the 25th.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about more positive stuff, Danny. So we get scored on the first 2 goals. But then luckily 6 minutes later, Luis Suarez gets a beautiful assist from David Martinez, who was on the attack at some point. And I thought that it was actually Bright that gave him the assist. Bright gave him the next assist. But
assist.
Yeah. No, he gave him the next goal is where Bright gave him the assist. But yeah, Martinez gave him like a nice little sort of like a low cross. And he ended up like playing it on one side, stopping it, and then venturing into the other side or something like that. I mean, the class on Luis Suarez is just fantastic. And then for him to get us up, I mean, the 40th minute, and then 3 minutes later, scores another goal off of a Yannick Bright assist. I mean, it felt really good to be at least tied at half. We're back to normal, 0-0.
I missed the first goal. Because the
Yes.
thing, I went with my daughter, and unfortunately, she's not old enough where I feel comfortable just letting her go to the public bathroom by herself. So I have to bust a mission of looking for family bathrooms, and those are a mission. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let me try to beat the lines and go real quick. And I didn't obviously I wasn't expecting the way that everything was going that they were going to score. So I missed the first goal, and luckily I caught the second one. But man, I wish they had more family bathrooms around the stadium because, as far as I know, there's only one.
I think the
So
only one is all the way on the other side of us, which is I think in the west stand. I think.
Okay, so there might be two. The only one I know of is under the what is that? The east end.
The east end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
there's one in the west, which is a lot more calmer. Nobody typically goes to that
Yeah,
one.
but it's a mission to get over there.
Oh yeah, you got to walk.
Because then I have to walk around the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
yeah, I wish they had more. Okay.
Well, all right. So 2 goals, boom, back to back. Luis Suarez, 3 minutes apart. I'm happy because the goalie on the other team is sad as hell. 2-2, tie game. And so everybody feels great at this point, right? It's in the bag.
Yes. Now, first half overall, let's talk about Drake. Drake's performance, obviously not very good.
You're gonna get the Ustadi group ready.
Well, I have a question. Would you say that some of that has to do with the defense? Because I mean, David Martinez was to blame on some of those also.
The first goal, I would say, I would blame on Martinez. The second goal, I don't think I would blame on anyone. I'd have
Drake
to look back.
Drake should have stopped that the way he went under his legs, and Wagon should have stopped that also. I mean, he has shoddy defense in front of him.
There was another play where they potentially could have scored another goal, which would have been off of a Aviles issue. But for the most part, I mean, it seemed as if there were a couple issues that were occurring around him, not so much having to do with him. So I think the second goal, I would say, was at the fault of Calendar, but the first goal wasn't. I feel like it was more defense. And then, like I said, there was a potential third goal that they could have gotten where it would have been Aviles' fault. I mean, look, Devin is saying first goal was on defense.
I think the first goal was on the defense also.
Yeah, and Dennis Lopez is warning you, man. Don't give the trolls fuel, Danny. Kung Lee's saying first goal on defense. Go ahead. Over by freaking, you got R2
Fast
Racer.
and the Furious. Yeah.
This guy.
I don't think they're trolls. I really think that they believe what they're saying. So,
I mean, but I get the whole backup quarterback deal. Like, look, Devin is saying second goal was on Drake.
What was the game that Ustadi started for us?
It was a game where he literally had like half of a shot to block.
Yeah, but
I forgot what game it was. It was Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Was it Charlotte?
I don't remember.
Let me look that up. Go ahead and banter.
All right, and for some people are asking, if I saw somebody ask earlier if Atlanta was eliminated. No, Atlanta actually beat Orlando today. Atlanta has qualified for the playing game. They're going to be playing against Montreal on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, but they're going to be on a very short week because they play today. They're going to play either Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember exactly right now what day it is, and then they have to drive down or fly down to Miami to play us at home on Friday. And that's a long flight because that game's going to be in Montreal. So we have on top of already probably being a lot better than those teams, we're going to have just the advantage of the fact that they've played 2 very important games where I'm sure that they ran out their best players 90 minutes today and on Tuesday or Wednesday. So they're going to be gassed by the time they come to Miami on Friday night.
Ustadi ended up playing against Toronto. That was the game. Don't do that. They got Bernadeschi. Bernadeschi can light it up at any point. I think he ended up getting like a red card that game, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're thinking of the other game. Bernadeschi had a red card the game before, so he was suspended for our game.
That's right. Yes.
So he was suspended for our game. So.
I mean, look, everybody already did it in the chat. Sorry.
Toronto what?
Yeah, that everybody was saying Toronto. They were reminding us. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So at halftime, did you feel confident at that point? Because at that point we are 2-2.
Yes, absolutely. That I 1,000%. I felt super confident. I knew that we were gonna come back and win.
Yeah, me too. Okay. All right. So we go ahead. We get the second half started, and no changes. But wait, I'm sorry. Can we go back real quick?
Sure.
When they scored that second goal and they were up 2-0, I don't know why. A little part of me was annoyed that they started chanting Messi's name.
Yeah, man. That's it's a thank you for bringing that up because that was.
I was like, "What are
awful.
we doing?" They just scored, and we
Yeah.
started like, "What the hell?" I thought that was so random. Everybody just started chanting Messi's name.
Well, I think so. I try to think in terms of like all the people that are there and paid their hard-earned money to watch a good product.
Well, they're like, "What the hell? I want to see Messi."
Yeah,
and now
like
we're getting our ass kicked. I guess. Okay.
Messi's not playing. I paid over $100 probably for my seats, and at this point, I just want to scream Messi because I know everyone else is going to join me. But like, come on, man, show some respect to the club. Show some respect to the damn team.
It's not respect. I just thought it was random.
No, man, it's kind of disrespectful if you think about it. Like when they got scored on, I mean, calendar's right in front of us. I hear them saying Messi, and everyone on the pitch is like defeated.
Yeah,
you're already defeated because you're getting defeated.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I know they were like asking for Messi to sub in, but if you have watched football at all throughout your life and this season, you knew Messi wasn't going to sub in the first half.
Yeah.
So I just thought that it was a little silly, and I'm not going to lie to you. I was really happy that we tied the game before Messi came into the game.
Yes,
because look, I love you, Messi lovers. Look, some people hate you guys. I love you, Messi lovers. I think it's great that you join us, but I would have really hated that Messi would have came in and be like, "Oh, look at this shit, losing 2-0, and then Messi comes in and saves your ass, your shit club," and that gets annoying. So I'm really glad that we drew before he came in.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's really messed up if you think about it, and look, Mr. Krabs saying Yankees won, by the way, Daniel. So, and I'm so Cali Rex is saying rest in peace, DC United. I'm so happy DC United lost, even though I wouldn't mind playing DC United because they're like a one-trick pony. But I'll take Montreal. I'll take Montreal. Hopefully, they win out of the Montreal Atlanta deal.
And just real quick, they haven't won yet, guys. They took the lead. Come on.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that I get it. You paid your money. You want to see a good product, and you came to see Messi. We're losing 2-0, so you call out the Messi bat signal. But I mean, it's kind of disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful, but
I think it's disrespectful. He's not going to come in. He's not going to come in. But like, what are you doing to your team that you're watching? Like everybody just like slimed down like Gumby.
I know. No, yeah. Well, that's true. Like everybody's like on the pitch is like, God damn.
Now you're calling our babysitter to come in and save the day. Like, can you guys let us play a half before you bring this guy in, please? So, I mean, look, Sergio saying it sounded desperate, right?
Well, yeah, it just feeds into the whole like, just feeds into the whole like, oh, your team is shit without Messi. It's like, ugh.
Well, that's what I don't like also. So I agree with you when people come on and they're like, oh, your club is complete trash without Messi. But whatever, I get it. So first half in the books, and I'm super happy because for sure when Messi gets on, it's a wrap for this team. Like this goalie was all kinds of confident. Mm-hmm. And the moment that Messi's coming on, your goalie, you're cooked. So he ends up getting on for Gressel in the 57th minute. Robert Taylor gets out and Gomez goes in for him, right? I mean, immediately after that, they literally scored. Ben Krem puts it away. Assist by Jordi Alba, but it was essentially created by Messi, which was beautiful.
It was his first, I believe it was his first touch of the game.
Yeah.
So that was a beautiful touch. And this guy, Kremaki, he stole. I think that pass was intended for Diego Gomez. He was about to tap it in, and then Kremaki just showed up and put a toe out there in front of him.
Listen,
it was nice to see Kremaki get on the score sheet.
I love seeing Kremaki score because, dude, he does really give his all. And the thing is, he is a locomotive. So when they're starting that train, when he's starting that train, there's hardly no way to stop it. So thank goodness that he scored because he deserves success, man. He's a hard worker, man. He's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, after that goal, 58th minute, they what was it? New England ended up getting a goal that got called back. I think that one got called back because it was an offsides, if I'm not mistaken. Which, by the way, you had mentioned that Kremaki goal seemed
I
to
thought
be
the Kremaki
offside.
goal was offside. I mean,
Yeah.
that one I could probably find and watch the replay. But I thought Kremaki was offside in the initial pass.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Bigote says it was a handball. That's what it was called. Yes, because I remember the guy stretched out his hand or something like that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you know, they started that whole like the ref can talk into the mic and stuff, but it doesn't sound clear, so you don't really know what he's saying anyway.
I wanna just bring this up. Duraznito, if you want to listen
100%.
to the Spanish podcast, we got Battered Herons en Español, so you can be able to catch us and you can tell us that Messi es la máxima leyenda del Inter Miami. And I see that you've put it a couple times. So, por favor, ten cuidado, trata quieto. Okay, calm down.
No spamming.
Yeah, no spam. Don't spam.
Okay, so I didn't know. Okay, so they called it back for a handball. Okay.
Which, by the way, I love the fact that the ref has to go watch the camera and the TV like all around the fan base. Like they don't have like a room or a tent where they can be able to watch it. Like literally, I wish I was sitting by the camera. I would destroy that referee. But I mean, I guess they just put the ref. I guess they put the camera around civilized people. So, yeah. I mean, I think people are trying to jinx you, Danny. The Yankees are up 5-2 right now.
Juan Soto hit a home run. They went up. They won 5-2. Yeah, no, I'm watching.
So that gets called back, and unluckily for them, 6 minutes later, Lionel Messi gets another goal, puts us up 4-2, which is starting the 11 minutes that Jekka mentioned earlier.
That first goal, I think, was the nicest of all of them.
Yes.
I mean, not the play, but the shot. The way he kind of feinted his body, took it to his left, and then shot across his body. It was beautiful. I didn't see it coming. The way it happened, it split two defenders. Oh man, what a beauty! That is why everybody was chanting Messi to come in as a sub. I get it, but he wasn't going to come in the first half. So but Messi is just, man, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what I'm really happy about. Alex commenting saying, "I'm proud fan of Inter Miami. Glad we broke the league record." That's phenomenal, and that's something that we really didn't talk about too much this year in terms of like putting important weight on it. Was it really high on the importance sheet?
Well, we had an episode, and I have to go back and check, where we put up all the records, and we kind of had a discussion with the chat and between you and I on which ones we thought we might break. And this was one of them. And I think that we said we wouldn't break this one.
Yeah.
So I think that we didn't think we were going to break this one. But, you know, it's pretty cool that we did. I didn't see it happening.
Well, I mean, luckily we did. And I guess before we talk a little bit about that, 3 minutes later, another goal by Lionel Messi. This was an assist off of Jordi Alba. That one puts us up 5-2, which is it's fantastic. I mean, I just love the fact that we were able to kind of get a really, get a really big lead and enjoy the game.
You know what's wild? We broke the record for most points in a season, but we didn't get the most wins in a season.
Really? What's the most wins in a season?
24. DC United and the LA Galaxy both got 24. I was looking that up earlier today. I was like, I assumed that we would probably have that also, but no, they got 24.
So then that means that they had less ties than we did and took more losses. So they just their numbers didn't end up going
Yeah.
up. So
But yeah, they had 24 wins, which was surprising. I was very surprised.
yeah, M is asking you guys to do us a favor and break the likes record. Okay,
Yeah, and
press that
subscribe
like
if you
button.
haven't already.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Where, by the way, and this is just me just randomly throwing out there. Now that I said that, obviously for me it's been harder to podcast more recently. I got a newborn and all that other stuff. Chris and Solana have been holding it down a lot, but now with the playoffs starting, we are gonna go all in like we've been doing, just a little more consistently. Spanish, MLS show, and Battered Herons. So make sure that you're subscribed to all three of those. Battered Herons, this one, Battered Herons en Español, and Battered MLS fans. We're going to be putting a lot more content over the next 6 weeks. Now that the playoffs are here, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oye, Duraznito, para de gritar, hermano. He's just it's because he's typing in capital letters. Like, we get it. We get it. We see your message. We see your message. No gritas. Okay, no grites. So, I mean, we're scoring. Campana finally gets onto the pitch. My son is excited. Okay. 87th minute, Noah Allen comes in for David Martinez. And then Nacho Gil comes in. Right? So we're thinking, oh, must be a game changer. Boateng comes in the 87th minute, which, I mean, they're typically starters. I don't know why you didn't just start them. It's the last game of the season. 89th minute, last goal of the game, none other than numero 10, Lionel Messi, puts it in. And I mean, it just adds that much more sugar to the.
Well, I think that might win goal of the year, just because of the play, the way that Campana flicked it over. And the Yankees officially won. The way he flicked it over the defender, Luis Suarez caught that ball. You didn't talk about the Messi second goal, by the way.
Oh, did I?
The way Jordi Alba. Let's go back. This Messi second goal, the 5th goal of the game for Inter Miami. The way that Messi and Alba timed that, Messi timed that run, and Jordi Alba with that beautiful touch to kind of just curve right in front of the defender. And Messi got that, and he finished it. And now I can't remember. Again, I saw it in person. I can't remember if it went under the goalie's legs or what, but it was a thing of beauty. The way that they connected, the timing on that is what impressed me the most. But they've been doing that for so long. It was really a thing of beauty. And I want to make sure we talked about that goal because that really was a really nice goal.
Hold on, because I like your lips is saying, who are we playing on the playoffs? And you've mentioned it a couple times. We've seen it. We're probably going to be playing whoever wins between Atlanta and Montreal.
Yes, sir. That's what we'll be playing.
Yes. So, and they would be coming to Miami twice, and we would have to go to their stadium.
They don't have to come here twice. We should take care of business the first 2 games.
Yes, they would have to come here twice if they win one of the first 2 games, which they would have also a home game as well. So
yes.
Now
would
last
you try
game,
to make it to Atlanta?
Oh yes. I would. I mean, if the game is this Friday, then the next game would have to be
the following weekend, I would assume.
No, you think that they're going to extend it a week? Game 2?
Yeah.
You don't think that they'd make it like 3 days later?
I don't think so. I could
try to finish the series.
Unfortunately, Inter Miami hasn't made it to the playoffs too many times.
Wait, I see it here. Hold on. So right here on Google, it shows Inter Miami. Oh no, but this is crap.
Thank you.
Google says that we're going to be playing on Saturday.
No, that's wrong.
Google, you gotta fix your stuff here, buddy. Maybe I shouldn't do that on a YouTube platform. Hopefully they don't strike us. So last goal of the match, Lionel Messi puts that away. That was off of a Luis Suarez assist, which was beautifully constructed by Campana. He loves doing those little under the ball sort of, chippy things and setting up the plays like that. I love that Campana was involved in that play.
I don't think that anybody's talking about the Luis Suarez, that kick that he got to make that pass.
Well, I mean, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, we'll probably talk about this in a little bit, Mike V. We're gonna get to this shortly.
All right. So real quick, so the first round ends on November 10th. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're playing on the 25th, and the
Wow.
third game would be on November 10th, and yeah,
So they would literally make it week after week after week.
yeah, that's why it takes 6 weeks. So look, they play on the 25th. If we can win in the first 2 games, we would have 2 weeks off before the the quarterfinal. Yeah, the quarterfinals.
Yeah, before the quarterfinals.
Because we have the following week, which would be the week where they play the third game, and then there's an international break. So because there's an international break, you have that week off also.
Yeah.
So between the first round and the quarterfinals, or the second round, if you want to call it a second round, there's 1 week off. And if you can win the first 2 games and avoid that third game, you have 2 weeks off. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask. I don't know, man. I wouldn't in the playoffs. I wouldn't like time off like that. I wouldn't like time off like that. I mean, maybe it works different with soccer because there's typically more space in between games. I don't know. As a competitor, like I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So now you know. So you if you're gonna go to Atlanta, I mean, I don't think you would want to go to Montreal, but if you're gonna go to Atlanta, you would have to go ahead.
Montreal's nice.
Go. It's probably more expensive to go there, though.
Well, Bigote says he's gonna hook us up with box tickets. So,
I unfortunately have a newborn, 2 kids. I'm not telling my wife, like, hey, by the way, I'm heading out for the weekend.
I'm going to Atlanta.
I felt bad enough leaving her today while I went to the game. Can't do that, unfortunately. Maybe next year, hopefully.
Well, I mean, the game's over, right? We end up winning the game. And by the way, I don't want to leave this out. Ian Frey gets subbed in the 90th minute for Wagon. Man, Frey needs more time. Frey needs more time, man.
After that Wagon blunder inside his own net, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I think that he needs more time. Absolutely. So, I mean, let's get to it. I mean, game is over. They end up setting up the stage because we're going to be getting the croqueta plate. And so there were some questions in regards to who was going to hold the plate, who was going to transfer the plate, who was going to be presented the plate. Leaks, and I'm talking about the supporters, shield, the thing that the very thing that Danny has with him. And
I got my own.
Yeah, it's an authentic. Trust us, okay? Mike V is saying here, Uncle Ed was carrying the supporter shield, and it was wild how they did it like an Olympic relay. And guys, shout out to Uncle Ed. He does a show with Peter Brown, and he does a show, Football Miami TV. You could find those guys. And look, those guys, you got to pay props to the originators. And luckily they were. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Julio, and Uncle Ed, and I believe it was Julio that was one of the driving force. I don't want to discredit Uncle Ed, and I could be wrong, and maybe they'll clarify when they have their show on Sunday. Tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. But I believe Julio was the main guy that was going ahead and trying to get in contact with a bunch of millionaires, seeing who could help him get this team down here. So I'm really glad that he was the first one to grab that shield. Maybe he goes unknown by a lot of people, but Julio, I'm really glad that he was the first one to grab that, because not to discredit anybody else or any other supporter group or anybody else, but to me, fan base wise, that person, Julio, he is the most deserving of anybody else to grab that, because he might be the unsung hero in getting a team down to Miami. And Uncle Ed was by his side for a lot of it. If you look at any old pictures of when they were trying to get a team down here to Miami, you'll see Southern Legion, the first supporters group, and you'll see pictures of Julio and Uncle Ed just about everywhere. With David Beckham, we're everywhere. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think that they've been pretty vocal about it, and letting everybody know that Julio was the driving force and the person that was really at the like full blow, just trying his best in any way, shape, or form, to get a team down here. And they talk about their involvement all the time, and it's really good. And anybody that wants to get, I guess, better perspective in terms of some of the original, supporters, they definitely do give that, which is great.
Well, we're very cool that they got that moment. So very cool. And I'm glad that they were the first ones to get it.
And like you mentioned, the first ones to get it, because Mike V is mentioning here, they did it like an Olympic relay, which I thought was really cool, really interesting. And I thought it was very nice that they sort of handed it, person to person involved with each supporter group up until it got to Jorge Mas, and then he handed it off to the players. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was a nice moment, and I like that they gave every supporter, well, not every supporter group, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not sure which ones were included. I know Vice City was one of them. Obviously, Julio and Uncle Ed for Southern Legion, I would assume that they represented them. But I'm not sure who else got represented there. But regardless, it was a very nice moment.
Well, I mean, the question is, who's staying with that thing now? Like, is the team going to be end up? Is the team going to end up doing it?
No,
is
the team doesn't have anything to do with it.
I mean, but then where does it go? Is it going to go in somebody's like storage unit, like in a
maybe, I don't know,
in a closet?
Yeah.
Like, so you're telling me this thing's been held in closets for the last 20 plus years?
It's possible. Could you imagine like the sick people that must have had it? Like if they had it at their house, it's like, oh, you want to do something crazy?
Yeah.
And, I have absolutely no doubt that if that just randomly gets, like, somebody just gets to take it home, that there's been some sick things done with that plate.
Oh, absolutely. Like, first of all, is there anyone that's like checking to see if this thing is quarantined?
They have to clean it before they give it to like around, I would assume. I would hope.
No, because didn't Cincinnati have it last? And when
they won, and they took it to Messi and these guys in the locker room.
Okay, but who cleaned it before the transfer happened? There was literally some guy.
Do you think that these guys just walked up to Messi and handed it to him? No, I'm sure that they gave it to somebody, and somebody took care of it before they gave it to the team.
You think that they had a whole staging area to clean the croqueta plate?
Do you need a staging area just to clean something?
I mean, I think so. It's a trophy. I mean, you're not just going to get a bottle of Windex and put it on.
Yes, 100%.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You just Windex that thing down.
No, you're not. You have to treat that trophy with more respect.
It's not a trophy. It's a plate. It's a shield.
You're going to clean it. You're going to clean it with Lysol and Windex. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
And pass it to Messi, the greatest player of our time.
Okay, now we're going to have this conversation with Justin Blair. Justin, why does it rub you the wrong way that we got classified for the Club World Cup? If your league is participating in a tournament against the best teams in the world, would you or would you not want the best team to represent your league? Did they not prove today that they are the best team in the league by getting the most points that anybody has ever gotten during a season? And also having the best player in the world. Like, how are people upset that they got qualified? You know why people are upset? Because they knew it was going to happen, and they're frustrated that they can't just say, oh, they just got invited because of Messi. They're frustrated because we get to point and be like, hey, we won the Supporter Shield. We broke the record. And they're like, God damn it. I've been waiting for this day so that I can say, oh, you guys didn't deserve it. You didn't earn it. You just got invited because you have Messi. But the fact that we are the best team officially ever in a regular season, people are punching air because all they can say is, yeah, they're the best, but it still rubs me the wrong way. Rub yourself, Justin. Go rub one out.
Well, Justin, before you get 145 here in the chat, okay. Scott is literally telling you, look, we're just going to the party. We don't know if it's going to be for a long time. We just know it's going to be for a good time.
Well, Justin, do me a favor and send that my way because I don't remember seeing that. I know Seattle got invited. I don't know if that's how Seattle got invited because Seattle hasn't looked great this year, but I know Seattle's in it. So I would love to see that. But again, if you have a tournament, I'm sending my best team. Like I don't see how that's difficult. We are literally the best team. And then somebody from Columbus, because they're crybabies also. They're like, it is a disgrace. It is a disgrace. Not the Wiseman. It was some other.
No,
it is a disgrace that the reigning champions are not going to be put into this tournament. So I replied. I said, by the time that the tournament takes place, technically, the reigning champions will be playing in there because we will be the reigning champions by that time.
Yeah, and Mr. Krabs is kind of summarizing what the next episode's going to be for battered MLS fans. It's just going to be people ranting and upset, just disheveled.
Well, I would love Justin to show me where it clearly states that was going to be the criteria. Because the reason everybody else is complaining is because supposedly there was no criteria. So I don't know.
Well, other than that, I mean, listen, like I said, we're going to be going to the party, not for a long time, but for a good time. I mean, who knows? But I'm pretty sure we'll do better than Cincinnati or Columbus in that tournament.
I have a question for you.
That's not far-fetched.
Are you I hate that, and I understand why, right? It's the Club World Cup. Obviously, you have to host it in big stadiums. But I hate that it's going to be at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I think that's kind of grimy. I don't know. And
I hate it.
Why would it be a Hard Rock?
Well, because it's the Club World Cup. They want to make it a big event. It's 60,000 seats or whatever they said. So I get it, but I kind of wish they would have kept it at Chase Stadium. But I get it.
I mean, hopefully they do something about it because did you not see the disaster that was Uruguay and Colombia?
Yeah, but that wasn't for a player. That was
for nations. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
different. Yes. Yeah, that's different. That's different.
I don't know.
I hate that they're gonna be at the Hard Rock, but we're gonna host the very first game. And I was talking to my brother. How cool would it be? I mean, cool up until the game starts if it was against Real Madrid. Because you get Messi versus Real Madrid one more time. I mean, yeah, Inter Miami might get smacked, but I think it would be a really cool storyline leading into it.
Yeah. My son told me the same thing. He's like, so they can play Real Madrid? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh my God, we're cooked. And it's like, yeah. He's like, imagine Haaland. Like I was telling him, imagine Haaland versus Noah Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see Haaland versus Noah Allen. That sounds like a bad night. So, but we're in it. We're in it
because we're the best team, and Justin Blair's punching air.
Yeah. You should just have him, Columbus supporters, and Seattle supporters, and just bring them all on and just be like
on Tuesday for the MLS show.
Club World Cup.
Justin,
go.
Justin, this is my formal invite to you for Tuesday for our MLS show. Join me, please. Would love to have this conversation.
I'm not going to do all this, Aaron. It's Haaland or Haaland, whatever.
All right. There you go. So Justin set for battered MLS fans on Tuesday night. So that should be interesting. I think I'm going to find the Columbus. Should I ask Ty? Because Ty also said he's going to rant on Tuesday. So Drake versus
Mbappe.
Yeah. Look, well, I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about that tournament. Now, there are a couple things about that tournament. That tournament's it's basically gonna be preseason for all the European teams. So they probably won't take it as seriously as Inter Miami is gonna take it. Yeah. Now, how Inter Miami will play against some of their backups, I mean, probably not as. It'd probably still be a struggle and they'll probably still lose. Yeah. But I don't think that, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe they will, but I doubt that they're going to be coming full force during the preseason for them, right? It's going to be like the American tour that they usually do.
Yeah, it probably would be. I could see that. Jason L is waiting for the Miami versus PSG preview.
Okay. Now I don't know what teams are in it.
Danny slamming
The French league. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That team. And by the way, I've gotten so much crap because I said by the year 2030, MLS will be a top 8 league, maybe even 6. And then the rankings came out this week. I don't know if they were official or not, but ranks came out and they ranked them at 9th already. So even if it's not official, people are already talking about them like they're a top 10 league. So I don't know why everybody was giving so much crap.
Yeah.
We're still 6 years away from 2030, and people are already having the conversation of top 10. So I don't understand why that was such a far-fetched thing. And League One sucks. I'm off track, off topic. I don't know what we were talking about now.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the potential of seeing Erling Haaland against Noah Allen.
That's quite the on a set piece. On a set piece. I love Noah Allen, but on a set piece, that might be rough. Okay.
Wait, gone.
If you were Don Garber, Don Garber's not making the decision. If you were the people running the FIFA event, okay, you were running this. Which of the two? How would you go? Would you want Inter Miami to possibly win to make it more interesting, so people be like, oh, maybe Messi has a chance to make some Messi magic, and make us play against like the best team in like one of the South Asian leagues or something? Or would you put us against like a team like Real Madrid just to get the hype going for the game, even though Miami's going to get slapped?
I would actually have them face off against a big team, like
opponent?
A Real Madrid. Yeah, because if they play against some Southeastern team or whatever the case is, that's not great, but is the greatest or the best in their country or in their league, they're still going to get slapped in the second round. All you're doing is you're just carrying this momentum over, but you didn't get really much out of the first matchup.
Yeah,
you get them in the first matchup.
They're letting us host it because they want it to be a thing, right? They want it to be, FIFA loves commercializing Messi, and this is a perfect chance. Imagine him winning the first game of the tournament.
I mean, but FIFA would never do something like that to rig things.
Yeah, and Tony's saying that there will be seeding. Tony, we know how things go. I mean, things can be arranged.
FIFA would never arrange.
Especially since Justin said that we were given this opportunity and we didn't earn it as the best team. So who knows? All right, at this point, we're just gas bagging. Anything else that you want to bring up at all about the game? Or
I'm gonna post up a video on my Twitter. I don't know if you did it on Instagram yet, where my son and I went around to the other side and hung out where the supporter groups were, where they were playing the music and hanging out. Guys, if you guys haven't and you intend on going to a game, go to their YouTube and listen to the songs, get the lyrics, get it in you, so that way you could be ready to sing out loud when you go to the games. Because this game was
man of the match. A man of the match.
That's
other
right.
Than
We
Messi.
didn't. Yeah, our man of the match other than Messi, I would have to say is Suarez.
Okay, I guess yeah.
I would have to say. I mean, that would be the obvious other option, right? It would have to be.
I would say Yannick. I would go Yannick Bright.
Oh, it's not a bad option. I mean,
I thought Yannick Bright had a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, to start the game, he looked a little rough, connecting on some of those long balls. But I thought Yannick Bright had a great game, so I would go Yannick Bright. But I could definitely see Suarez.
Can I go with a
Jordi
1B?
Alba also. Go for it.
Jordi Alba played well. My 1B is Aviles for not getting a yellow card. I was kind of afraid of what would happen.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. I like that one. Yes, 100%. Good job on Tomas Aviles for not getting a yellow card today. Now, if I were to ask, who gets the Que Pena award? I don't know. Would anybody get? I guess Drake Callender could get the Que Pena performance.
I would have to do 1A, 1B, Callender and Chelo.
And David Martinez. Oh, Chelo too. Then David Martinez didn't have a great game, even though he made up for it with that assist.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell he was doing all the way up there. probably got to caught another counter if they get the ball back and again scored on again. But
Have you looked at the ratings? And I haven't
I,
looked at the Foot Mob or the
look,
SoFlo or the.
I'll scroll down so I can see them.
Yeah, I mean, look through
Okay.
that because I'm
All
really
right, here I
wondering
got 'em.
who got the worst.
All
And
right.
and chat, don't spoil it. You guys love spoiling the damn ratings. Okay, let us guess this stuff. Okay.
All right, and then a man of the match, Jay Vasquez says Suarez and Kremaki. Okay, for for scoring the game-winning goal. I like that. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Alan. I like it, and I like it. All right, who do you think had the lowest rating
I think the lowest rating had to be
of the
probably
starting 11?
of the starting 11 had to be one of the two I chose, Calendar or Wagon. I'll give it to Calendar.
Yes,
Oof.
5.1.
Wow.
5.1. That's pretty low.
Oh my God, Abby J, like get out of here, bro. You're gonna get blocked. I literally just told you. Let us guess.
Well, they're getting it from somewhere else because
Okay.
that's not. Those aren't the ratings from FootMob, or maybe they're guessing. Aviles at a 6.4 was the next lowest, and then Weigant was the third lowest with 6.6. Who was the highest?
No, the highest has to be Messi.
Nope.
What?
Suarez.
Get out of
Suarez
here.
had the highest. Yeah, it's probably because he played more minutes, so he got more touches, completed more passes. I would assume that's why. He had a 9.7. Messi had a 9.6. Who was the highest rated player that did not have a goal?
Okay, highest rated player that didn't have a goal. I would have to go with, and you're talking about the starters.
Mm-hmm.
Gressel.
Mm-mm.
Oh, because I mean, Gressel had a lot of great crosses.
Yeah,
He had a
Gressel had a
lot
good
of
game
creating
too.
plays. He had a very good game.
We always say when Gressel's playing up there by himself, he's another player.
Yes, people are mentioning Alba.
Alba, yes, Alba because he had 2 assists, and then Yannick Bright is right behind him.
Yeah,
and he had 1 assist. So and then Kromati scored. Look, the overall the team was just really good. It was just really good. So it was nice to see that.
Well, BR1 is here commenting with a super slam. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to. I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Danny?
I said appreciate you, BR1. I apologize for Chris's.
Sorry. It's better late than never. It'll be in tomorrow, I promise. So here it says BR1 is saying you think Messi and Co will play versus Barcelona if Barcelona were in the Club World Cup. Glad we won't find out though. Haha.
It's funny because I was having this conversation on the drive home with my brother, and he told me that he heard Messi say at some point somewhere that Messi would not play against Barcelona.
Wow.
Now, I don't believe that that's accurate. I haven't been able to fact check him, but that's what my brother told me. I'd have to double check. But he said that Messi at some point said that he would not play against Barcelona. I find that hard to believe because players play against their teams, and what they do is they don't celebrate if they score. But I mean, I don't maybe, but apparently that's what had been said. So luckily, like you said, we won't find out because that would suck if that was the case. But I find that hard to believe. I think that he would play. He wouldn't. I am 100% sure he wouldn't celebrate any goal. Like we've seen it, Sergio Ramos last year, when he went back, he didn't celebrate against Real Madrid, But I think he would play.
I don't see why not. Like, I mean, he's still a competitor. I mean, I think he'd still want to play against that team, regardless.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? So those are our Que Pena awards and our man of the match.
Man of the match other than
Messi. So yeah.
All right. So that's it. It's playoff time. We play in 6 days. We're gonna have the lone playoff match on Friday, October 25th. We're gonna be hosting either Atlanta or Montreal. So we're either gonna see Atlanta, which is the only bad team that we just can't seem to play good against, and the only team to beat Messi this year in the regular season is Atlanta. They beat us 3-1 at home. So am I worried that they're going to eliminate us? No, I am not. But I do think that they might be more of a thorn in our side than a Montreal would be. And if we get Montreal, then we get your boy Bryce Duke, we get Joseph Martinez. Mm-hmm. So but unfortunately, we don't have any Montreal podcasters to come join us.
Well, I mean, you know that the episode with Tommy one time to preview against Atlanta is just gonna be, it's gonna be awful. Like
Yeah.
he is gonna be shooting just bullets all over the place.
They had Almada, yes. He's no longer
Yeah.
there. Yeah, they had. He's no longer
Get
there.
out of here.
Yeah. But did they have Almada when they beat us? I don't know if they had him when they beat us. I don't know if maybe that's what they're asking.
No, I don't think that they had Almada when they beat us.
I don't
mean,
think
I'll
so
look
either.
back at it.
No, you can go ahead. Keep filibustering. I'm already looking.
Yeah, I don't think that they beat us with Almada, but and Vasquez, you're on the money right here. Hit the thumbs, guys. 300 plus people are watching. Come on, guys.
Almada did play that game.
He did? I thought that he played the first matchup, but not the second. Yeah. Scott Carey says, yeah, Tommy is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, it's going to be a disaster, but well, we love Tommy anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So the playoffs start in 6 days, and then look out. I always say it, I think after every post game, but this time for real, I'm going to do it. That I'm going to have a schedule out on to kind of give a rundown of what shows we're going to have and what days. But this time, we're really going to do it because we are upping the shows this week for English, it's Spanish, and MLS. So I'm going to put that out there. So look out for that. And then it'd be good to try to remind me to put the Discord link on there, but my phone is dead. So I don't have Discord on any other device, so I cannot. But if you are interested, go ahead, look on our Twitter. I'll try to put it up when my phone comes back to life for tomorrow. The Discord link so you guys can join it for the playoff run because it's always a fun time talking on the Discord on there. And I'm gonna add an MLS channel just so everybody that watches the MLS show from other teams could also join. All right. And Bigote, if you can do it, feel free to go ahead. And Chris, do you have any final words? Any other things that you want to bring up? I feel like I wanted to talk crap to you guys about how much nonsense you guys spoke at the end of last episode with the New England guy, John Stone. I forgot his first name.
Yes,
God,
but that's the only name
on forever with the gas bagging.
Well, why not? I mean, that was at the end. We didn't really gas bag too long.
You literally asked every question from the first, like our first ever episode up until now.
He's never been with us ever, so I had to.
Okay.
And look, I mean, Mike V is saying bring back Pod Slim Shady. Do you know why he called him Slim Shady? Because
No.
of his rapping skill, because of his talking skills, and he was just bang, 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 bang.
He was good. He was really good when he was with us on the MLS show. Also, I really enjoyed him. I enjoyed him as a guest. I'm glad that we got him. And then BR1. You wish that the show had subtitles. If you watch it live, obviously it won't have subtitles. But if you watch it the day after, I turn subtitles on, captions on, so you can get the English subtitles for the Spanish show if you go on the day after. So you could, because that's where we always have Xavier joining us. And Solana used to only do Spanish, but he's been helping a lot with English since I've had a hard time getting on here consistently. So, but yes, Solana and Xavier are always on there on Monday, and we'll see when else. All right, and supercalifragilistic. Final words. Messi MVP, that's the best coach. That's it. I like it. I like it. Stamp it. That's it. Chris, final words.
That's it. Yeah. And no more Tata out, Mike. Come on. Let's go. Or else we're going to get those cops that are behind Danny's house to your house.
Yeah. For those of you that didn't know, I live in the hood. Chris, what do you have anything to say about this comment?
I think I think that's going to come sooner than later, Dennis. Don't worry, because that's something I've been dying to have as well. So
yeah. So we're working on some stuff here. So
yeah.
Just be on the lookout. All right. So if you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends that this is an Inter Miami podcast. It's going to be all in on the playoff run. And we got battered MLS fans. We got battered Aaron en Espanol. Make sure that you check out all those channels, subscribe to all those channels. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last hour and 15 minutes. As always, you guys in the chat are the best part of the show. We don't just say that, we mean it. And again, I live in the hood, so please give me super slams because I need to get out of here because I'm scared. And we'll be back on Monday. So until the next one, have a good one.
Da plato, baby.